Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm here to do a spotlight on video and we're going to make some corrugated cardboard clusters. That's what we're doing today. So I first saw this idea on Tanya from Tatty Treasure's YouTube channel, but since then I've also seen some Pinterest pins and other people trying out the idea either through following her video or just they just gave it a go. And so I've been very inspired by a few different things, so I will link everything down below. But essentially I'm going to make them for my Enchanted Woodland journal. And yeah, this has been on my list for such a long time to try these. You have no idea, like at least 2 years. And I finally thought, you know what, I'm going to get on and do it. And yeah, we're going to do it as part of a spotlight. So there's different stages to the process from what I understand. The first is to get your corrugated cardboard, you know, down to size. So as you can see, some of mine are from packaging. So they had like a plasticky layer. So I've just gone through and torn that off, and it gives you, you know, depending on how many layers you pull off, you get different effects, which I'm fine with because I want these to be really rustic and like bark, you know, that kind of thing. And then the next step is to gesso over them, because essentially these are going to be our backgrounds. And the gesso, I only want a light covering and I don't want it across the whole thing, I just want it in places. The gesso is going to act as our base so that we can come through and add, you know, different mediums on the on top. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to brush it on lightly because this is a white gesso. But I'm going to be using some like gold paint, and I've got some Cosmic Shimmer in Copper Blaze. So yeah, we're just at the background stage at the moment, so anything plasticky that's still there, I'm just giving that a bigger helping. And I am doing this on the same day as the playing cards, because I thought if I'm going to have, you know, the gesso out and paints and stuff, different mediums of things, then I thought I'm going to do it all on the same day. So yeah, just as a heads up. But I thought I would keep the videos separate because obviously there's different things to do, and you know, different people will watch different videos. So as I said, I will link everyone down below who inspired me, but as I said, the first person I saw do it was Tanya from Tatty Treasure. Oh gosh, a good couple of years ago now. They've been on my list ever since, ever since I saw them. And I'll tell you something, a secret between you and me. I didn't do them because I didn't feel confident with clusters when I first saw the video. Since then, I've had a lot more practice with little scenes, as I like to call them. So I'm feeling a lot more confident about coming on and giving it a go. Okay, so that's the gesso layer. Whilst I'm here, I was going to look at, I've got these. So this is what these ones came off of, this sort of packaging where it's like a slightly shiny layer. And if you pull at it, it's you know, a bit tedious to keep pulling, but some people will find it satisfying. If you sit there and start pulling away at it, you know, just this like top layer, it leaves you with the corrugated cardboard layer underneath. So if I can do it, there you go. You just need to get like a good grip on it, and then you can start pulling it off, and it comes out really like rustic looking. So I didn't know what to do with these. Like, I could cut these down into some more clusters, or this is sort of like a journal size. So I was running with the idea that what if I could yeah, turn this into a journal cover. So I've got this one, so I'm not going to bore you with sitting here pulling this off, but whilst I'm here I'm going to do it myself and get them gessoed. And I've also got this, which was some packaging. Again, it had the same sort of thing, this like plasticky shiny layer, so I pulled that off, and this one came off quite a bit neater. And this one is sort of, you know, it's got a spine, and so yeah, maybe. So I thought whilst I'm here, I may as well, if I get them gessoed, And if it doesn't work out, then I can just tear them down and have more bases for clusters. So I'm going to go off and do that now, and that will give this a chance to dry. It dries really quickly when you're just doing a thin layer, so those actually already feel dry, which is good. So I'll come back and we'll do the next step. Be right back. Okay, I think the gesso is mostly dry now, so we're going to do the next layer. I have got more clusters because when I was tearing down what I thought was going to be the cover thing, one of them ripped right the way through, so I was like, well, I'll just tear it down into pieces to make more clusters. And then this one was fine, but then I decided I'd probably not want a spine to be corrugated cardboard. So then I thought, well, actually, I'll keep these as panels. So these could maybe be a ring-bound journal, or we could glue them onto something else. So they're going to be some kind of topper. But I'm going to come back to those because for today we're going to focus on the corrugated cardboard clusters. Okay, so I've just torn some pieces of packing paper, brown packing paper. I've screwed it up and so it's got all these wrinkles, and I'm going to put the paint on here and then smudge them like this into the paint. So I'm going to get some clusters, but also this would then become something that I could use later on down the line. So, you know, instead of wiping up the paint, I thought maybe that might be a good idea. So hopefully you can see okay to the right. Oh, I probably should have checked the paint. This is like glued on. Let me just see what I can do. Well, that took some muscle. The lid was fused on, so I managed to break the lid, and yeah, this was what was stuck on there. So note to self, clean your paint lids in between projects. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put the paint on the packing paper. Okay, right, and then how best to do this? Right, let's grab the first one. So I'm just gonna, I only want a little bit, so I'm just gonna dab it like that, and then I'm gonna dab off the excess onto the packing paper like that, because I don't want the whole background to be gold. I just want bits of gold. So I'm going to get myself in a right mess again, aren't I? It's fun though. So this technique is called smudging or smushing. Yeah. And then, yeah, I'm getting kind of like a cracked layer, which I kind of like. So I'm going to try and keep that where that's happening. Where I think the paint is a little bit thick in some parts, or thicker in some parts than others. So, I could do with somewhere to keep these. Okay, so I'm going to grab another sheet of paper. So now what I'm going to do is have the paint on there and dab the excess on there, because I don't want this whole thing to be paint as well. You know, you see it picks up the cracks. So I'm being efficient. I'm making a couple of supplies right now, I suppose. But yeah, I want a bit more texture. Yeah, let's do some dobs. That's it. Oh, this is going to be fun, / already fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So yeah, this is the first layer that I wanted, and then as I said, I've got the copper blaze, which might be suffering the same issues as my paint, where I might want to, you know, carefully, you know, what's the word? Yeah, I need to be careful with lids. Getting lids everywhere. Right. Oh, this is fun. I do so enjoy, like, this is technically mixed media. Now, I'm not a mixed media expert in the very least. I just dabble with gesso and paint occasionally. you know, that's probably and occasionally inks. That's about as far as I go with it, which is fine, you know. I'm fine with that because I don't have space for all the supplies anyway. But when I do stuff like this, oh, it's so much fun. And like, yeah. So whilst I'm thinking about it, so some of these are going to be clusters to decorate pages and pockets and whatever else I can think of. But I was thinking we could also use some of them on a cover of a journal, which would be fun. So, you know, as journal toppers. Specifically, you know, these bigger ones. Ones like this is more just clusters. Ooh, oh, it's making marks on the paper as well. It's like, you know, the grooves of the corrugated cardboard is making, you know, patterns on the paper. You see that? It's like I'm getting lines. Oh, it's fun. I'm enjoying myself. Can you tell? So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm thinking whilst I've got the paint out, I might as well do the same thing with you know, what's going to be a journal cover one day, or the beginnings of a journal or something, whatever it ends up becoming. So I'll do that, and I'll pause here because I think you've seen me playing with the paint for enough time. And then, yeah, we'll come back and do the next layer, and then I'll just keep pausing and keep coming back and, you know, go from there. So see you in a minute. So I'm back for the next part. The gold is all now dry, and I want to get a little bit of my Cosmic Shimmer on there. It gives it a nice, I think I've got I've got Copper Blaze, so it gives it this like brown shimmery look. So I want to get that on some of them. So this is the one that I've got. Now, unfortunately, my spray top is broken. It will not come out of this. I don't know why. So I'm going to do something that is not at all recommended, but it's the only way that I can think to use it, which is to just pop some on there. And then, just like we did before, I'm just going to dab it, and I'm just going to let it run in places. I don't want heaps on, I just want a hint of it. So I'm going to do that one by one. But yeah, it's not recommended. This is not best practice as to how to use it, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do if I can't get it to come out of the bottle. So, but I think these are going to look pretty cool once they're dry. So just putting them over there. And then the next step that we're going to do once this part is dry is I'd like to use some Walnut Stain on these. Now, I don't have a spray in Walnut Stain, I've just got the ink pad. But there's a good tip: if you add, you know, water to the greaseproof paper, or any paper, when you do the daubing in the ink, I'll do it all on video so you'll be able to see, but essentially you can turn any of the ink pads, you know, the distress ink pads, into liquid that you can then daub things in. So don't feel like you need all these fancy things. A lot of it you can do with stuff that you might already have. And like this, what I'm doing now, this could be paint. This could be like a sparkly brown paint, which, because I can't get this out of the spray bottle, I might just sort of do that in the future. Just use paint, because it worked just fine with the gold, didn't it? So anyway, so I'm just going to daub all these in, and then when that's dry we'll do the next step. So I'll probably leave it there whilst I just wait for these to, you know, do the rest of them. And then I'm trying to get sort of, you see that where it's liquidy, I'm trying to get like, I'm trying to let it run, like really runny paint, because I'm thinking that will give it a really cool look. Not on all of them, but just some. And as I said, I don't want to cover up too much of the gold, so I'm just doing it in places. Anyway, so that was going to pause, didn't I? So I'll pause there and I'll come back with the next part. Okay, so these are dry now. They didn't take long, only a few minutes really. Now my plan was to rub the Distress Oxide onto the greaseproof paper, and then I spray it with water, and what it gives you is you know, a brown walnut stain liquid, just like you get in the spray bottles, but just one that you can like daub everything into, like what we've been doing. However, I just tried it on some that I did a few days ago, and when I added the water to the oxide, when I daubed them in it, it seemed to react with the Cosmic Shimmer, and it made the Cosmic Shimmer go watery again. So I obviously can't do that. So maybe if you are going to do this and you want to put the water with this, maybe it would be better to do this part and then the Cosmic Shimmer. But anywho, no matter. What I'm going to do instead is I'm taking, you know, a makeup brush, and I'm just going to use some of the ink just to go over where it's a little bit white in places from the gesso. So where the paint or the Cosmic Shimmer hasn't gotten to it, it's just a little bit white in places. So I'd like to go over that. That was really all it was going to be, was just to grungy them up a bit, you know. So instead, we'll do it this way, which is just fine. So I did only leave these a few minutes, so it's probably best to leave it a little bit longer, but because I'm filming, I do want to, you know, at least get the backgrounds finished today. You know, my today. Obviously, I'm putting all the clips together in one video, but you know, my time, I'd like to, yeah, get this part finished. So yeah, I'm just going over where it's just a little bit white, and then I'm excited for the next step, because we're going to go ahead and start adding some like fabrics and things, and then start layering these up into clusters, which I've done these a little bit on the bigger side, because I was thinking these would make really, really nice cover toppers for the fronts of journals. So that's kind of what I have in my head as to how I'd like to use them. Obviously some of them can decorate pages and pockets and things, but especially the big ones, like these big squares, I did have in my head that I would like them to be cover toppers. Anyway, so as you can see, all I'm doing, just step by step, bit by bit, just getting that ink on there. So I'm just going to get the last few done, and then, as I said, we'll come back and we'll do all the really fun parts. But I must say, it is really fun doing this kind of activity. It's a really nice Sunday activity, you know, when you just want to have a little bit of a play, because you don't really have to think about what you're doing. You're just kind of splodging paint and inks and stuff. Anyway, so I will pause there and I will be back in a moment. Alright, I'm all set to have some fun. So all my backgrounds are ready. So I did most of them with the Cosmic Shimmer Copper Blaze, and oh my gosh, I absolutely love how it's turned out. And I really wish that I had done them all with the Copper Blaze, because I did a few of them without, just because I wasn't sure if it was going to be too much. But I actually really, really love the Copper Blaze ones. So I've got all my backgrounds ready, they're all dry, and I'll just show you some stuff that I've got on my desk. So I have rifled through all of my like laces and fabrics and trims. So I've brought out neutrals, browns, greens and some gold in laces and trims. I'm trying to use the pieces first, so the scraps first. I've got some, you know, pieces of sari which are nice, you know, gold. I've got like sequins, gold stuff. I think that's some dyed gauze which I might be able to use. And then I've got like trim things, so I've got some gold trim, I've got some of this, I've still got some of this in the shop, this beautiful brown and gold. I've got eyelash trim, I've got ruffles that I've sewn at some point, I've got some fluffy wool, I've got this piece. This came from some sari. It's like sort of a shimmery brown. So I've got various things like that. Yes. And then I've got some skeleton leaves in sort of gold and copper tones. So it would be nice if I could maybe get a few of those used up. And then as for fussy cuts, I've got various birds and woodland animals here. I've also got a fairy or two, mushrooms and things. And then I've got my autumnal mushrooms that I've got in my mushroom kit. So I've just sat and cut those out as well, because we might be able to get some sort of more, what's the word? Yeah, autumn ones. And then I've got various words. So these are from a few places. Some of my kits. I've got some Tim Holtz words in there that I've just backed onto card. I've got some Stamperia words. I think I've got some Artie May's freebie words in there. Various different, you know, wanderer type words. Right, so I've gone through and I've just decided which way round I would like all of the clusters. That might seem like a really strange thing to say, but it's just because if you look at them, if you look at the patterns and things that you want to highlight, there's certain parts of it that you won't want to cover up. So for example, this one's got a really, like, you know, torn edge at the top. I wanted that to kind of, you know, still be seen. Okay, so enough talking, let's do some stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to pile them up in, you know, the how I want them, so the way up that I want them. But I'm going to clear some decks so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm just going to go one at a time. And yeah, I'm unsure how best to tackle this. So I'm thinking I'm just kind of like I would with, you know, paper scraps. I feel like I ought to just start like layering some things up. Right, so this is going to be a bit tricky to glue down because it is just mostly net, but I'm just going to get everything glued and then I can sort of like trim up afterwards. But I know that I definitely would like to get some of them using some of this glittery sari, because otherwise, you know, if I don't use it in this project, what will I use it on? Especially as some of these things I'm thinking would make really nice cover toppers. And I'm not gluing every inch of every bit of fabric. I would like them to have a bit of dimension to them, so I'd like them to be, you know, slightly ruffled up in places where possible. Okay, and I'm thinking I might do a mushroom on this one because it's quite a small cluster, so I'd like a small picture. Right, now I didn't ink around the fussy cuts because I was too excited. I had to just begin. I've been wanting to do this project for such a long time. I really have. Right, what shall we go with? I might just go with, oh actually I think I've got a word that says like forest wonders or something. Let me just see if I can find that. Oh, it's at the bottom, of course it is. There we go. So I've got all of the words on card because I feel like because we're gluing them down onto the bumpy surface, I feel like we ought to have that extra protection for them. So yeah, I don't really know what to say about the project other than just go for it, I suppose. That's all I'm doing. I'm just going to go for it, and you know, we can always add more to them if we find that they need more. Okay. So let me just squeeze those down so that they're hopefully well and truly stuck. And I have no idea whether I should be considering like sewing these. You know, if I were to make normal like snippety things with fabrics and things, I'd usually I'd usually think about sewing them. I don't really know whether to sew these or not. So I'm going to go with the idea that I won't be sewing them, and then if I find that I want to sew them later, I can, can't I? Yeah, I think that's probably a fair way to say it. Now I'm going to get all kinds of stuff on my desk, aren't I? And of course, you know, part of me is thinking like, should I be layering up stuff behind them? Should I be adding like book page? Anything like that? I'm not going to at this point because I can always add more to them, you know, later if I feel like they need it. Now I am just wondering if I could sneak in one of these leaves or if it will be too much. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. Instead of doing that, what if I use something... Nope, don't want that. What about some more gold? Do I dare? Let's see. Nope, not feeling that. What else could we try? So yeah, it will be one of those videos where I'm just sort of trying things. You know, just like when you do a normal collage and stuff, you do want to have a bit of a play around with the stuff that you get out, don't you? I'm just wondering if I should be, whoops a daisy, bringing some more brown in, because I've used a lot of gold on this one. Yeah, quite like that. I just think it, I think it just finishes that edge off a little bit, doesn't it? Well, I think so anyway. So let's get this down. And like I said, they're clusters, so we can always add more to them when we come to use them. I'm just thinking, just pop that. Should I move that over a bit? Oh yes, let's put it behind the mushroom, that's it. That's what we want. That's it. Oh, my fingers are going to get in a right sticky mess, aren't they? Okay. Now I quite like how that's looking, you know, it's not straight cut, is it? So I think if I cut it the shape of the cluster, that's what I'm thinking. Whoops a daisy. I quite like that. That's it. This came from some sari, so I'm just cutting off any bits I don't want to see. Alright, I'm going to say that is one, I might keep that bit, one done, or at least done for now. There we go. So I'm going to move them over. I'm not going to let myself get too distracted by each individual one, because we can always do more. Now, I quite fancy doing one of the big ones. Next. Now, I'm going to be stingy with this because this is such a nice piece of trim. And as I say, I like the background a lot in these, so I want to make sure I'm not covering up the background too much. Alright, let's see. I think I might want to get some of the leaves in this one. Oh, look at that. I've had these in my stash a long time. They're just from a cheap craft store. Oh yes, I mean, can you see how those are gonna like poke out a little bit? I really hope the camera's picking it up. I'll do my best to, you know, keep trying to show them to you. Okay, what do we want next? It's probably a bit too much gold. Let's I probably should think about what fussy cut I'm going to use on this one. Oh, I like the brown. Oh, that's nice. I got a bit excited about the brown then, didn't I? I think it's because I can see I can see the gold through that brown netting. Yeah, okay, cool. So we've gone woodsy with this one. So I don't think I want an autumn mushroom then. I think I want something else. Something brown. Let's see what we've got. Oh, the deer's going to be lovely. I've got a couple of deer, so let's get those out. Let's try that. Let's try a bird. And that's all I'm going to try. Maybe the not special enough. Right, let's see. Bit lost, bit's too small. I'm sort of liking going in the corner like this. I'm thinking this deer. I just need to just cut around its legs. When I'm, you know, when you've got sort of fragile fussy cuts, I often, you know, don't cut around the fragile bits, because obviously, you know, if I were to have this in my stash and have it there a long time, it would just, you know, his legs would just, or her legs I should say, would just get yeah, ruined. I'm so pleased that I decided to give these a go. Honestly, they've been on my list for such a long time, and the truth is I've been a bit chicken to try them, because it's one of those things that you see something that someone's done and you just think, that is amazing, I really wish that I could do something like that, but you're just worried, you know, you won't do it justice or something. Right, so I think those leaves go first. So yeah, I've just been too chicken to try it because I wanted to do it justice. If I was going to sit here with all these, you know, paints and things like that, I wanted to make sure that I was going to do it justice. Okay, now these leaves do not need much glue, because they're called skeleton leaves. You can get them in craft shops and things. I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom edge, because then that will be, whoops-a-daisy, that will be covered up with the other stuff that we're going to put down. But yeah, I've had these in my stash a long time. They weren't very expensive at all. But it's just one of those things, like, what do you do with them? Because they're quite fragile. So I'm hoping they'll do okay on there. Whoops-a-daisy, sorry. Oh, I was going to put that down, wasn't I? Let's, right. Just going to squidge some glue. So yeah, like I say, I don't know if I should be sewing these. I don't know if that will make things easier, like more long lasting. Especially if, you know, I am thinking about using these on covers. Not all of them, but at least some of them I'd like to. Right, keep that piece. I want to try and use my scraps as I go. Oh, I hope I'm not going to be too long with these, because I really want to show you the idea. I would like to get, you know, multiple done, but I think it's just there's a lot of steps to, you know, the gesso and the paint and stuff. And because I've had to do it in stages, I actually don't know how long I've been. Whoops-a-daisy, sorry. Right, so I would like to have her there. Oh, I absolutely love this. But I'm kind of feeling like I want something behind her, because you can see through her legs. So what should I have? Like I could bring the brown around. No, I don't want that. What do I want? Think, Justine, think. I just feel like it wants something. I'm partly wondering whether to bring in like a bit of book text or something. Let's just try it. Let's just see, because you know I've never made these before, so yes, but I don't want to cover up too much of the leaves. Okay, right, let's ink that. Yeah, I don't know if I need to like Mod Podge over these when I'm finished or something. Not the fabric, but the more fragile pieces. We'll just have to see. I'll just see how we go. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue her down. I need to find a word. Ooh, careful of those little legs. This is just a fussy cut from oops, easy. From it wasn't a Stamperia pad. It was a paper pad, but not Stamperia. It was like a winter woods type one. Okay, now I'm not pressing her down fully because I do want her to be a little bit more 3D. Oh, and I should say, sorry, just whacking things over. I should say, when I had you on pause, waiting for everything to dry, I did ink around them with the Walnut Stain, all around the edges, you know, like how you would usually do distressing. Could do that. It's a little bit long, but if I cut it down a little bit. Just thinking, because you know deers, they have a habit of hiding in the trees, don't they? So keep your eyes peeled if you want to see the magics of the wood. The magic of the wood. Absolutely adore these already. I've only made 2. This might be my favourite. Oh, lovely. I'm loving this. Like it's one of those things where, because you have to get, you know, the different like paints and things out, you might be like me and just put it off, but oh my gosh, how much fun have I had. I'll definitely 1000% do these again. I want these in every woodland project I do, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's looking really nice. And I think I'm not worried about the Fabri-Tac being a little bit, I think I'm just going to tear that bit off. I'm not worried about the Fabri-Tac shining through because the background is already shiny, so it's actually disguising the shininess of the Fabri-Tac. So yeah, there we go. That's that one. Like I said, I can always add more to them once I've had a chance to look at them. Oh, let's do this one. So this one, I don't think I could use it as a pocket or anything, but it could certainly be a corner page decoration, is how I was thinking of it. I don't know if I should maybe start with the fussy cut. You know, what do I want to have as the fussy cut first? But I'm liking having something dark down the edge like that. I think that's working quite nicely. Okay, so that's a bit big. I think those ones might be a little bit too big. Got anything? Oh, those are way too big. Okay, so those are going to be too small and too big for this, so let's try something else. What else have we got here? I would hopefully like to use her at some point, and then that can go in my Enchanted Woodland projects, because essentially I'm seeing these as an opportunity to just make some woodland ephemera, which will be, you know, for various different projects, I'm thinking. So I'm wondering, the birds are going the wrong way, I think. Although that one. Okay, so potentially the bird. Let's start building up the background. What could we have next? Let's try some sequins, because this one has quite a bit of the copper blaze on it, so I think I want to get some more gold in. Moves that way. Okay, and quite liking the book page behind the sequins like that. It's quite interesting. Right, so let's just cut around this part. So I don't know how many I'll actually get done in one video, but I'm just going to go for a handful, and if it ends up being a long video, it is what it is, because you know, there is quite a few steps in it, but I would like to get, you know, some of these done. I'm having far too much fun to stop. Okay. Definitely want more in this one. So what can we have? I'm just going to lift all of these up because I'm thinking I might try and have just a piece of lace, just to have it not be quite so dark. I do want a little bit of the neutral in there. Should go the other way. Decisions. Okay. Oh, that is too special. That is too special. Word. Let's think about a word. I don't want black, I don't think. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what I would like to have. So I think either wanderer or nature. Somewhere there. Let's go with nature, and then that can go into, you know, pretty much any kind of project. Oh my goodness, I'm so pleased to, well, first of all, I'm pleased that I decided to do the Saturday Spotlight videos, because it's exactly things like this that I've seen that I would just have loved to have been able to give a go, and I just have never done it, because, you know, I've kept all the supplies and I've had it in my head, I'm going to do that one day, I'm going to do that one day, and you just don't, because either there's a lot of steps involved in it, so you just think, oh, maybe you just don't find the time to do it. So there's, you know, partly that. I had this at the bottom, didn't I? Yeah. So yeah, it's partly that goes through your head, and then, like I said, the other part of it was, oh, it's so nice the way someone has done it. In this case, Tanya from Tatty Treasure is who I saw do this project. I think she mainly used, no, she did, no, I was going to say I thought she mainly used mushrooms, but actually I do think she had, you know, woodland animals and different things. Okay, and we had this, didn't we? Anyway, and then, yeah, she did an amazing job of it. Obviously it inspired me to have a go, you know, want to do it. But she did such a good job of it that I just thought, oh, can I even try to make something like that? I mean, you know, what are my skills in comparison? Like, you're just not sure. think I had that more over, didn't I? Yeah. But it's one of those ones where you just think, I am so glad I stepped out of my comfort zone. Because essentially that's what it is, you know, something like this for me is very much stepping out of my comfort zone. Okay. Right, so this bird is only a book page image, so I'm just kind of trying to press him down onto the sequins and hoping that he doesn't bump too much, go bumpy too much. And then, is that under there? I think I have put things differently. Had him slightly more over, that's that. Slightly more up there. Yeah, that's it. As I said, this will just be a corner decoration. I don't think it could be a tuck or anything. I mean, I suppose I could back it onto card. It's an idea, isn't it? Oh, sorry if I seem a bit quiet as well. I'm just thinking away. So as I say, I like that corner bit, so I'm just going to cut these down. Yeah, I'm just thinking about next steps, you know, what to do next kind of thing. I'm going to have to, so I'm going to put the eyelash trim down just because then it's disguising where that net finishes and the lace begins kind of thing. This it looks a little bit oops, odd, you know, that it just kind of ends like that. So I'm thinking if I put that down there, gosh, stick down, sticking to me rather than the thing. Okay, I think if I just put them under something heavy and, you know, go in with extra glue where it needs it, I think it will be fine. And then of course I love using, you know, fluffy stuff like this when birds are involved, because I always feel like, you know, with birds and stuff, they've all got, you know, it's very rustic when they make their nests and stuff, isn't it? So there we go, that's that one. Oh, I hope you're liking these as much as I'm enjoying making them. I'm having way too much fun. Right, shall we do, let's do a little one. So this has got an interesting shape. So this would be, you know, a page cluster embellishment thing. Right. Oh, sorry about the loud motorbike there. Well, I'm glad I did pause. He was there for about 5 minutes and oh, the smell of motorbike fumes was just coming in through my window. Anyway, so I just did that one. So it's some of the gold netting, brown netting, book page, a couple of the skeleton leaves, and then the mushroom and the word autumn. I didn't ink around the book page, which I kind of regret. So I'm just going to get in there with my brush. That's it. That's better. There we go, so that's a latter one. So I think I would like to do something with this fairy next. Now she is green, so I'm hoping that I can try and do one that is maybe one of the ones that doesn't have any of the copper on it, or a little bit less of the copper. Let's just see. Which looks nice on there. Yeah, let's go with just the gold one, and then I'm going to use her just as something like that, I think. Isn't it funny? I mean, you know, you could almost say you don't really need all of these little extra bits of glitz, really. I mean, you know, she looks just as nice without any glitz, but of course, you know, we're gonna have to add some glitz. I'm having too much fun with it. It's been a while since I've played with supplies like this. So because yeah, I'm thinking I want this one to be a bit less grungy than the others that we've been doing. Let's put that on. Just want I want some more of the more of that gold trim, but I don't think I've got any. As I said, I tried very hard to use scraps, so I think I'm just going to swap them over because I liked the gold. And that's it. Oh, so nice. I think I'm going to bring in some more book page actually. I don't know what it is. I'm really liking them with the book page. I just need to find a sheet that I want to use. Let's get that one. Yeah, I'm really liking them with the book page. Here we go. I'm just thinking I just like a little bit just peeking out from behind. If I can squeeze that one in there. Oh yeah, lovely. Yeah, and then I feel like I need something down here to, oh actually, sorry. I was just thinking I could bring in a piece of the book page. I just felt like maybe we should continue it over here or something. Maybe. I feel like it wants a little bit more something there. As you can see, I'm totally making it up. I'm just layering things up until I'm happy. And I'm just grabbing everything and then thinking, well, obviously when we come to glue everything, it'll be much easier to see the picture develop, but I'll definitely put some of that in. And then we want something fairy-like. So I've got, with brave wings she flies, find magic everywhere. What else have I got? I want something that, you know, is fairy-like. Got enchanted? No. Hidden glade? No. Okay. Let's go with that. So, right, let's take these a step at a time, shall we? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get them all decorated, but that's fine. I'm actually in the middle of, what am I doing? I am designing a woodland kit at the moment. And it's all got like pine cones and foxes, sleeping bears, owls, and you know it's very woodsy. It's you know, brown woods. It's got William Morris in it, some of his papers. Yeah, it's a really nice kit that I'm very proud of. But I'm thinking I might save some of these for that project, because these would be perfect for it. And I've come up with a fussy cut kit to go with it, so it's all, you know, all cutouts and things. And part of it is what am I trying to say? Part of it is it's got like signposts and things for like Bear Creek Falls and stuff like that. I had a lot of fun with it. Anyway, my point is that I could put some of the bases that I've done into stash and bring them back out when I do that project. That's what I'm thinking. So it'll be useful to have all the bases ready, because I'd happily make these again. I really would. I'm loving them. Bit of a sticky mess with all the glue in, but it's a necessary evil, I think, isn't it? Now, This one I don't want to stick down completely. I would like a little bit more ruching going on. I don't know if I still need that, but I'm going to add it anyway. It's like doing a collage, but with fabrics and things. Very fun. Very, very fun. Right, let's see if we can get her down. I think I'll do one more. I'll do one more, and then, as I say, the rest I'll save for my other project, which I'll do later in the year, after this one, after the Enchanted Woodland one. That's it. I'll have her sloping a little bit more. Let me go. Just follow that book page. And a little bit over. There we go. So the good thing with the glue, the fabric glue, is you can just kind of move things along until you're happy, really. Right, I don't want to squeeze her down too much because I would like a little bit of 3D. So I'm just lifting her up a little bit, just in places. So, right, where did I have this? Underneath her, wasn't it? Oops. Now I've moved her over, so I hope there's still room for this word. I mean, it doesn't have to go there. Oh, I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm going to put the word over her. I don't think I've ever done that before. So I hope you are feeling like this is something you could do and want to do, making these. And I hope that I've shown, you know, you don't need a ton of fancy supplies. Like I don't have like mixed media stuff really. I've got, you know, paint, which probably is left over from other projects, to be honest. You know, I haven't bought anything specially for journal making like that. You know, I've got the Cosmic Shimmer, which was a birthday gift. I've got, you know, the stress ink, and then the rest was just all just kind of fabric scraps. I mean, I do have some very nice fabric scraps, admittedly. You know, I've got all the nice gold trims and things, but I guess I just wanted it to be that you didn't need all these fancy things to do the project. You know, you don't need tons of stuff to make something really unique. I mean, I can always add more to them. I'm just wondering if it wants like, you know, a butterfly or something there. But I didn't get any butterflies out, so... Okay, right, I'm going to do one more just because I'm kind of addicted, but I'm going to do this one because this one doesn't have any of the copper blaze on it. So I'm thinking I'll save these. So I've got, yeah, I've got 4 left. I'll save those for my, you know, my woodland project that I was just talking about. So we could have some oak leaves on this one. I mean, I could even throw caution. No, let's try mushroom. Don't know what size to use. They're either too small or too big for these, because these are quite big, aren't they? Oh, I like those on there though. Those colours are very nice. All right. I don't know whether it's easier, by the way, to do. I think I want some of the brown. Sorry, I was just distracted. I don't know if it's easier to start with the fussy cut or start with the layering. I do not know. I haven't actually figured that out for myself yet, so I just need to make more of these, I think. didn't use half of the stuff that I got out. That's always the way, isn't it? I'm looking at that kind of down the middle actually, just for a change. I'm a bit stingy with this. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what to do, what to have. To be honest, I'm starting to think about the my other woodland project that I was just talking to you about. I'm really excited for it. I mean, I was excited about doing the fairies, but now I'm super excited about doing this. But that's the trouble, you know, when you start. What I'm finding when I'm designing the kits, I just want to use them. I just want to use them like straight away, which is a good thing really, because it shows that I'm making kits that I genuinely love. But it becomes a little bit of a problem, because it's like, well, you're in the middle of projects, you've already committed to doing something. Anyway, but yeah, I am thinking about that one now. I do have a sneak peek of it on my Patreon for paid Patreon members, but it will be in my Etsy soon. Yeah, I'm liking that, but I feel like it wants something else. And I'm thinking about this book page again. I didn't think I was going to use book page, but I'm kind of liking it just kind of poking out from things. This will be a very long video, won't it? But oh my gosh, I do hope you're feeling inspired to consider giving these a go, because I've had too much fun playing with all these different things. And I got some sparkle in. I haven't played with sparkle in a long time. To be honest, I'm just far too excited for autumn type projects. Now that's not how I'm going to have it, but it's the stuff that I want to use. I realise I'm completely covering up the gold background, but oh well. I want some more of this, I think. For some reason I'm really liking this gold net with the mushrooms. I don't know why. I think it's just because you can see the corrugated cardboard through it, which is quite a nice look, I think. Whilst because it's got like a diamond print on it, pattern on it, hasn't it? Which I think is actually making the background quite interesting. Okay, right, let's ink these. Oh my gosh, my fingers are in a right gluey mess. They really are. Okay, so do that and that. Oh, we need to find a word, don't we? I mean, we don't have to find a word. If I'd thought about it, I could have probably gotten some labels out, actually. They'd probably look nice, you know, numbers or something. Right, so I think we have this first. But yeah, I'll save those other bases, and I'll definitely do these again in the woodland series I'm going to do. I can't think of a name for the kit. Part of me wants to call it something like Wanderers of the Wood, which is a play on words from my my travel blog, which is Wanderers of the World. And because, you know, it's all about, you know, the different animals that you find in the woods and things, so it's, you know, very much a focus on those. But I don't know if that sounds a little bit like I don't know, Wanderers of the Wood. I don't know if it sounds a little bit too much like Wanderers of the Night, like the whole like vampire type thing. I don't know if it sounds, you know, too scary, like, because the bears are sleeping, they're asleep, kind of thing, in the kit, you know. Right, now how do we want these sequins? Can't decide whether to have them underneath this brown stuff or over the top. Yeah, I think we'll have the gold sequins at the bottom so that it's just like essentially a background, isn't it? And yeah, I'm aware that I'm completely covering up most of my corrugated cardboard mixed media stuff, but that's okay. Not on all of them. Obviously this is a much smaller, these ones were much smaller, some of these. So it just means obviously you cover up more of the background. So I'm glad I did mostly big squares. I think that's definitely worth having for this kind of project. But yeah, expect to get very gluey. Very, very gluey. Okay, so you're going to go there. Right. And what would we like? Oh, I've got these. I keep thinking about these, don't I? I'm just going to see if I want any of these in there. Just peeking out. Yes, I do. Oh, I'm so glad to get these used as well. It's just about finding the right project sometimes, isn't it? You know, if you don't know, you know, way back when I first, you know, was doing this hobby, I didn't really know what supplies I would need, so I kind of just bought everything. You know, you do, don't you? You just kind of buy stuff that you think, oh, that would be cool, you know, I'm sure I'll find use for that at some point. So I don't know if I've done those leaves a little bit too low, actually. Let's move them up. That's it. I want them more there. It's just, you know, when you look closely and you see them. I'm going to have a third leaf down there. Yeah, anyway, so I ended up buying just a load of stuff, and especially if I was buying, I don't know, like a paper pad or something, if you spend a certain amount at some shops, you get, you know, free delivery or whatever, don't you? So it would have just been a case of me just adding stuff to the cart where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing, but maybe it will come in handy one day. And 3 years later, oh, I'm finally making something with them. Okay, that's that. Right, so I don't know if I want a word for this one. I knew I definitely want something, but it might be that I want either a short word, so I've just got like woodland, or I want maybe a, yeah, because I feel like I want something up there, but I don't want a word up there. Could do that. I'm just going to try a number just to, you know, change things up a little bit. I just want to sort of see how that would be, but I need to find a small one, so I'll just be a minute. I'm just going to go with the word notes because I'm thinking, you know, I would put this on top of a, well, either a pocket or a notebook. And I thought that just finishes that top part off because I did think it was missing something up there, so yeah. So right, let's cut this down. Don't need all of that. Careful, don't cut leaves. So just want to come in here Just be careful of those leaves hanging over. There we go. Oh gosh, my floor is going to be a mess after this, isn't it? So considering I didn't know how on earth I was going to decorate these, it was one of those things as I knew what I was going to do for the backgrounds because I had limited supplies anyway, so it was just a case of use what I've got. So that was that. But then I didn't want to think about how like, obviously I got all the trims out, so I knew again what kind of stuff I had available. But I didn't want to make any plans as to exactly how I was going to decorate them until I was doing it, because, you know, otherwise you can oops, someone's not happy. Oh, I think I see a cat, and I think the dog's not very happy about seeing the cat. Right, so that is that one. Yeah, I didn't want to, you know, think about how exactly I was going to decorate them until I was sort of doing it, because you know, you don't always know how things are. You know, I didn't know how the backgrounds were gonna turn out. I think this one might be my favourite. It's funny though, because it's probably the most simplest one. I think I've definitely got more daring with the layers as time went on. But I mean, you know, that's the whole thing. But I love them. I absolutely love them. And I'm really pleased because I have now 4 really cool no, 5. Oh, I've got 5. Amazing. I've got 5 really cool backgrounds for doing the woodland. And as a bonus, I have also got these large panels, which if I want to, I could, you know, cut these down into this sort of size. I could if I wanted. Or, and my preference, if I can do this, is to have them do something with them to make them into a journal cover. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but that is something I would like to try, you know, one day. So we'll just have to see. Wait for the woodland projects to see more things like this, I suppose. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed watching that. I hope you enjoyed, well, for me it was play day. So thank you for keeping me company whilst I had a bit of a play. But yeah, I'm really, really liking these a lot. I just want that one not. Yeah. Yeah, I've really enjoyed having a play. So thank you for keeping me company whilst I did that. And I'm so pleased that I finally decided to give these a go. So this was a Saturday Spotlight video, and the inspiration for these was a video from quite a while back from Tanya at Tatty Treasure, as part of one of her woodland series that she's done. I believe, yeah, she did well, yeah, pretty much these corrugated cardboard clusters. So I do recommend checking out her video to see how she decorated them and, you know, what she used and how hers turned out. They looked amazing. And yeah, I hope that you might be considering doing something like this, because my gosh, it was fun. So thank you so much. I hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.